By the time you see this, it'll be 10 Toes Tuesday. And before we get started, as usual, go ahead and hit that thummy thingy for me, up or down if you would. Doesn't matter to me. If this is not the content that you like, keep it pushing, no hard feelings. Today we'll be going over, sometimes it's not you that they're mad at, you're just the person there that they're able to take it out on. I just got done refereeing a weekend of soccer as usual. I had 15 games this weekend, 9 yesterday, 6 today. And with those games, there comes all types of personalities. Some of them come from coaches, some of them come from parents, some of them come from the kids themselves. This weekend I was paired up with 2 other gentlemen, and we go back and forth. One is the center, which is the person who controls the kids on the field, the coaches, the parents, and the referees, the ARs, assistant referees. And then there's 2 assistant referees. We call them ARs. And this is just for people who don't know about soccer. And there are people who don't know. So there you go. That's for them. With the assistant referee, our job is to make sure that the correct call is being made, because we have microphones. But we also assist with keeping the kids on track, letting the center referee know if a parent or a coach is out of line on your side, and having each other's back for the most part, because some people don't, but that's another story for another day. Where we come into sometimes it's not you is when a coach, and sometimes this happens when they win, but 9 times out of 10, it's when they're losing, a coach will take out their frustrations from their kids or from their parents or sometimes from their life on you. There's a newer gentleman that used to be an AR that I have been training for about a year. And now he is starting to take some centers. This weekend was one of those times where he started centering. We had a girls' game. This is 11 and 12-year-old girls. What ended up happening was the team that we were playing, it was a plethora of things that happened. This tournament is called the Halloween Havoc. Hence why you see I have these sleeves on to protect me from the sun, but they have, I don't know if you can see it, they have the Joker on them, and I have a couple other pair that I wear. It's just fun things. There was a team that was dressed up like Where's Waldo? Now, I don't know if everyone knows, because there are some younger generations who do not know what is Waldo is, but Where's Waldo? But Waldo was this character. He had on like a white and red striped shirt, and he was in books. And you would try to find out where he was in these books. It was fun when we were a kid. It helped you learn some reading, I think some map skills, different things that you need in life, but it was a fun learning opportunity. Anyway, this team was dressed up as Where's Waldo's. They were practicing while we had our other game, and then they just disappeared. We had 5 minutes in between games. So that is to use the phone, get a drink of water, get the teams checked in, get a game ball, get out on the field, get the teams out on the field, start the game, and the game is 30-minute halves with a 3 to 5 minute halftime. Where's Waldo was missing. We couldn't find Waldo. Waldo went to another field. Even though the field listed they were at, they decided they wanted to go to another field. The kids, the coach, the parents, everyone. So they were late, and we're controlling the other team that this coach was on, telling her, come off the field, we're going to get the other kids, and we'll start the game. So she's practicing, she's waiting. Where's Waldo finally shows up. This team finally shows up. We start the game. Blow the whistle, start the clock. We're off to the races. Where's Waldo started wearing these little girls out. First 30 seconds to a minute, they had scored. Coach is getting upset. My center that I'm mentoring is doing his job. He's doing a good job, but you can smell the newness on people. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you can smell new on somebody that hasn't been through some things. She smelled that on him. And he said something to her. I forget what it was. I think it was about time that we were starting the clock. So she starts complaining about calls. He ignores her. The game goes on. That team, who is red, and Waldo was red and white, the red team got thoroughly trounced. They got that butt whooped. I think the final score was 8-1. And the only reason they scored a point was because of a PK. After the game, you usually, with this level of soccer, both teams line up, they shake hands, then they come out, and the teams and the coaches give you a fist bump or shake your hand. They can say either good job, don't have to say anything, but it's the sportsmanlike thing in soccer to do. It's the sportsmanlike thing in soccer to do. So the teams do that, the coaches do that, and it's our last game. The coach who got her butt whooped came over and said to him, "I don't appreciate what you did." And he said, "What did I do?" She never, let me reiterate this, she never said exactly what he did. She just said, "That was unsportsmanlike. I've never been talked to like that. You need to treat coaches nice." No, we don't. No, I need to treat the coaches who treat me nice, correct, but I don't need to treat all coaches nice, because coaches try to get away with whatever they can. And they will tell you to their face that they're going to try to do that, and that's their MO. So my thing with coaches is we're friends before the game, we're whatever it's going to be in the middle, and then we're friends afterwards. She comes barking at him, and he tells her, "I don't know what I said to have you so upset, but I can tell you that it was a fact." The reason why I know that what he says is factual and not a gray area is because he is on the spectrum. This gentleman is on the spectrum, very good referee, but everything he does is meticulous, and he has to have an answer for everything. So he's not going to tell you anything that's not factual. He does not go in gray areas. Then he just was quiet, but it upset him. Me, being a seasoned referee, I have a hard time, but I did this in this occasion because he has to learn and be able to handle these things on his own, because I'm not always going to be there. What I ended up telling him, because he was a little bit distraught because she didn't relay what she felt was the worst thing that had been said to her. I told him, and this is true, this probably was never about you. She couldn't articulate what you had done because you probably hadn't done anything. She lost. She's mad that she lost. She's probably upset with her kids. We don't know what happened with her parents. We don't know what's going on in her daily life. What we do know is that time and place, she was able to take some frustrations out on you. I said I wouldn't worry about it. Shake it off. Easier said than done. But you're going to have this. As a referee, you're going to have this, and you have to move on and go to the next game and try not to let it affect you. Where does this come into life? Because sometimes, and it's not just a female thing, it's not just a male thing, this is a human thing. People sometimes will take things out on you because you're there. Because they can take that out on you because they can't take it out on anybody else. And you have to learn to stand 10 toes down for what you believe in, but you kind of have to think outside the box and see what it really is. what is actually going on. You have to peel back some of that curtain and see that this wasn't about me. This was about little Johnny, who couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Little Man couldn't hit it. Little Sarah, whoever, couldn't score. The team couldn't get the job done. Your husband, your wife, whatever, they pick a fight with you because you're there. They're not mad at you. They may be mad at their boss. Now, this doesn't apply to all occasions, because sometimes you did some stuff wrong. But what I found in life is when you start digging deeper into a lot of things, you find out the truth about certain things. And that truth is more gray area than it is black and white. Just think about that. If you agree with me, or you have a comment or something, please leave it in the comment section. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys. I love answering things that come up in the comments. I try to answer all of them. So what do you think? Do you think that she was actually mad at him and he said something so heinous? Because if it was so heinous, she would have gone to the director or someone else and said, this was bad. This is the worst thing I've ever been told. You need to handle that guy. You need to discipline that guy. She never went up there. That never happened. And that's usually what happens if you are so upset by what is said. Then you usually go seek out that person's boss. You usually become a Karen. I want to speak to the manager. But hey, I'm gonna head on up the road here. Traffic is getting a little bad. I just packed everything up. I got some wine. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna have some steak, a little wine, go to bed, get up, and do work in the week all over again. So until next time, and you know there will be a next time, I'm out.